Storm Spirit, lower down the cooldowns of Metamorphosis too. A lot of different ways to try and get this engine roll.
Certainly a bit of a classic save hero. He likes to take these heroes that I guess kind of used to be 5s. Coddle's more so a 4 these days, / a mid. But I mean, he's really aggressive on like a main, for example. You know, he would like rush the Aghanims and stuff. So
yeah.
But the idea of just being super greedy, really good chakra combos in this game between the Storm and even helping out your Terrorblade a little bit with some of those cooldowns. Pretty nifty. And we get some early camp blocks here as well, as you can see.
Yeah, trying to get that one blocked out, make sure that this break is off to a good start. Did get that first pick overall. The panel was saying that they kind of liked the idea if BetBoom would have taken it themselves, but was not what ended up happening. And then they run for this Ember in the last pick, and I think it does kind of fit what they need. Like, obviously, a hero that doesn't really, hasn't been in the meta too much throughout this road to the International, but, you know, just somebody low cooldown initiation can kind of commit without needing to fully go in. I like it.
And also has some ideas versus the Terrorblade too. Kind of used to be seen as this bit of a counter pick to the hero, which is a little bit difficult to get out of the mid unless you hard commit for like Zeus or Tinker.
Right.
Currently though, Analog, GPK, I mean, talking about spirits, this is probably, I would say, his best hero. Like, if I had to choose what I am trying to survive at the road to TI with for GPK, it is Storm Spirit.
He's getting very, very low in the mid lane. Got to be careful about his positioning. They'll still have that Fairy Fire at the very least, but something to watch for there. And then, of course, these side lanes will be interesting to see how it goes as well. Obviously, Pure going to be on that Dawnbreaker, playing together with Save. A lot of spam potential there, and Dawnbreaker really only limited by mana in the laning stage, it feels like sometimes. So Coddle, perfect combo with that.
And also has relatively low cooldowns, too. So even with those earlier points in Chakra Magic, it could maybe catch you off guard a bit there. To suddenly have like a second round spells come out.
See how they do against what feels to be a faster tempo draft from Keyd Stars.
Yeah, hoping so at least. KJ here. Sir King Jungle, as Alpha was letting us know, wanted us to make sure that the people were aware that this guy was known for his micro heroes.
Right. Yeah. So he's on a clockwork.
Yes. As you can see, summons cogs.
Exactly.
So just have to micro them.
King RD in some trouble, getting chased down, a couple more hits. FCR is going to play a little bit of intercept and make Nightfall not feel comfortable chasing any further. So keeping himself alive in this top lane here, as there will be a couple of denies here and there by Nightfall as well, popping into that Metamorphosis. So at least for now, 2 minutes in, I want to see if they can maybe make any type of aggressive play on the side of Vivo Keyd Stars once that Metamorphosis runs lower. It's still tough. He's just such high armor on Terrorblade.
Just get the farm, get the stacks going. That's hopefully going to be the goals here for this Bristle. I was looking through some of their games this morning, trying to see like what heroes, because obviously they're coming in as the underdogs. They know that's Vivo. Not again, should not be really considered super underdogs, because I do think that BetBoom are a team that struggle a lot when it comes to like mentality, as well as like going to these matchups. Like Reza was saying on the panel, this idea of like respecting other teams. They definitely think highly of themselves, and for good reason. But obviously that can be your downfall sometimes. So when you look through Keyd Stars, though, they have not actually lost with this King RD Skywrath Mage, and he's kind of been cooking in the games. So if there was a hero that I would want for him, it's probably either like maybe that support Earth Spirit that he's played a whole lot in his career, but then next to that, probably the Skywrath Mage. I mean, teams have been making it look really solid. It sets up really nicely for this Ember Spirit as well, right? When you make these rotations.
Oh yeah. See, they're getting some CS while simultaneously laying out a little bit of harassment. We'll see if him and KJ can play together later on to try and set up for some solid kills. And the other thing, just looking at BetBoom's lineup, it's a little bit strange, right? You're throwing out a lot of nukes, you're throwing out the Illuminates, you're throwing out a few other things, but they don't have that like big tanky frontliner, with the exception of Dawnbreaker. Dawnbreaker doesn't really want to inhabit that space, I feel like. Much more coming in at the later stages of it. So I want to see how BetBoom try and play the mid game here.
Yeah, see how aggressive they are versus how much they just want to sit back and farm and get humongous on this Tricore, right? I mean, we've seen these Dawnbreakers obviously get pretty huge later if they go for these damage builds too. And probably the way Pure is going to go as well here is he's comfortably diving under this tower.
Toronto Tokyo getting lower. FCR wants to find the finish. One more Quill Spray, and it's going to be enough. Check your emails for the Crimsons, and well, KJ now also catching onto this Dawnbreaker. Pure in trouble under the tower. He goes down. They managed to find a kill up on the top lane without King RD even being there.
I've checked, Gabe. I got nothing.
Oh no, that's sad. Okay.
start a pool, maybe like a fund. Anyone? Any tips? Anyone wants to give one away?
So we're seeing now the stacks being built up over in the triangle as FCR is going to get isolated and brought down. That is the downside to having the Skywrath Mage out of the lane, and then, of course, Tree coming back in.
Yeah, super solid punish. I mean, we know Tree's still very good at that, right? Even though he goes down one time here. KJ, ooh, playing it to the limit there. Nicely done.
Even Body Block and the creep follow it, so himself into a decent position. Is going to have to maybe take a walk, right? Might have some regen coming down that courier. But at least for now, it's a little bit scary. Yeah, really, the main person that's been hurt so far has been this Bristleback. Not able to get a ton. In the mid lane, though, GPK getting lower and lower. Analog backs away. Does not want to try for another slight.
Yeah, still, both were holding some charges for a while there. Analog still has 8.
Bad. Is he going to go down again? FCR in trouble, and they're going to pause. We'll see if it's actually going to be enough to get the kill. There aren't really that many rotations coming over. King RD is very far away.
Yeah, he's pretty dead. Let him go there.
I mean, it's been a rough one. The old FCR on the Bristleback.
Well, when you do your Walk of Shame back, you could stack the Ancients on the way.
Okay.
How about that?
I like
that.
that.
Since you can't TP anyway. Maybe the timing will line up.
As we are ready to get back into this game, that probably is going to be the big thing to watch for here is FCR still, well, surviving that Ring of Health, buying a little bit of extra time. Toronto Tokyo kind of gave up on it, didn't want to chase any further.
He had so many stacks, he was
The
kind of
lead
scared.
he comes out, but they will finally clean up. So, yeah, they did not want to lose the tree in the pursuit of the Bristle there.
See if GPK gets lucky here. Comes back towards mid there with that bottle. 6-minute rune coming up. Got save down bottom, doing a stack while covering. Toronto Tokyo coming in. It's a party in the mid.
Looking, hunting, he gets it, the DD, GPK. Just a little bit too quick on it. Now the hunt forward, chasing King RD, pops the stick, tries to get away. There will be no escape. That is the power of a DD on Storm.
Yeah, Analog used the chance to at least go and take their wisdom rune, or sorry, their bounty rune, so get something for it, but couldn't go back to his remnant because GPK was kind of covering it there with the DD. Misspeaking of wisdom runes, they're coming up here soon. See if anyone makes a play for it.
This is nice.
Toronto Tokyo's in the neighborhood.
This is good already scouting out those stacks though, and like you talking about being able to move over to try and steal that wisdom rune. I mean, if they lose the wisdom rune here, this is really bad for Vivo Keyd Stars.
Radiant are scanning.
Already in some trouble. King RD making the move over.
Okay, they're looking at scan misses though.
They know. Well, they're going to be able to get it. See who is quicker on the fingers. Analog spotting Toronto Tokyo right onto him. Does he get it in time? King RD able to get the wisdom runes. That'll be a freebie.
And passes it right back to Analog with the kill there too. So yeah, a bit of a bad throw there, but that's okay. It's just space. It's all space, right? Bringing lots of heroes away. I mean, you get some free farm there mid for GPK. He's got Scoffing Blade heading in towards the threads here as the boots get delivered. Bottom lane has been really quiet since all that action earlier.
Yep.
Kind of retreating back to the jungle. 3 points in the Lunar Blessing right now, so just farming up a storm. Also nighttime, so we got that globally at the moment.
And I mean, Ghost has been able to sort of be left alone for a little while there, it feels like. But it does sort of feel like Terrorblade is getting the lion's share of the farm. I would be very concerned about Nightfall's levels right now at this point. He's going to start taking over this game if they can't shut him down soon.
Oh, Pure as well. Tries to jump right on top, but stop there with the Lucid.
That's a lot of stacks.
It's also a haste right now. Bottom loses the coin flip there for GPK. So obviously, all Spirit heroes really dependent on the runes. It's kind of their whole goal for the most part. I would say in this game in particular, though, GPK really needs them because as the Ember Spirit, you have Clockwork and Skywrath Mage. So just like you got Clock for a little bit of setup, and then you got Sky for the follow-up damage. So
yeah,
it's quite a bit that you can do even without runes. Whereas the Storm Spirit, you know, you have extra mana, but in terms of like the actual active movements, you're really depending on these runes.
Right. Well, and Of course, when that's taken away, they can't come on in and contest the stacks. Now, there are other heroes rotating into the Radiant triangle.
Yeah, no, these were the ones that were scouted by Toronto Tokyo earlier.
Okay, taking it slowly, but the silence is there. Analog right onto him, starting to bring him lower and lower, but okay, do they have enough to get the kill and get out after? At the very least, is going to be able to chase down one, but out of mana. Analog going to give up on the chase. Nightfall. The storm for the moment. Good damage on top of him, but can't find any follow-up. Nightfall making the rotation to keep GPK alive.
Yeah, I think without that potential for a chase down there, because he was low on mana. You know they want that kill bad right now. On the other hand, though, Pure's about to hit 6. So try that again, could be very risky.
It's Danger Town. That Dawn ulti can completely change things around. 2,000 gold lead already for BetBoom, though. This has just been solid laning, good movements around the map. See if Costabile is going to be able to keep back up. You can see the damage not really there to farm all that he can.
Yeah, he's on a mission just to farm at the moment. Well, we need to look for these level 6s. The Sky and the Clockwork, right? That's kind of the goal. And that's one of the things that stacking's supposed to provide for you, that bonus XP. But again, they are just getting right in here. They want these stacks. They don't want to give them away to for free to Vivo here, but great vision, also trying to cover this area so they know when they're making these aggressive moves.
Yeah. No stacks on the hard camp, though, so it means it's pretty tough to try and go on in for the Ancients, stealing them at least on BetBoom. And a regen rune, again, lucky for Analog. That's what they need.
Yeah, that hurts. Storm, that is.
Rune, and another pause as we get a disconnect. Pure having some issues. As we're 10 minutes into this game, 3-3, a slight lead, at least for now, for BetBoom. I'm thinking about the next couple of minutes and how they play out. Do you think that Storm needs to continue to look for these runes? Can he start to get active earlier, or is BetBoom just going to continue to sit back and not try and fight that much?
I feel like he's kind of going to be at the desk with the big red phone.
Okay.
And it might ring and be like, I need you here now. Yeah. Because they're just doing something. There's kind of a red phone for the Storm and a red phone for the Dawn. Ideally, they kind of just want to farm right now, but if they have to answer the call, they will. Whereas on the other side, Vivo Keyd Stars, they actually have to make the aggressive moves, right? They want to get this XP on the support duo, and they just want to go. Your support duo on the side of BetBoom, Tree can set up for some stuff, obviously, but it's obviously a much longer cooldown. I mean, 2 full minutes on that early overgrowth. So, if anything, they would want to be doing smaller ganks and trying to hunt down that Luna would be the easiest one, right? You kind of know where she's going to play. That bottom half of the map, you're a trained protector. But in order to open up that possibility, sometimes you're tempted to try and take this top tower first.
Okay.
They've been really aggressive near that tower.
They have. Do it with flair. Constantly moving in for it.
But no damage on it at all. As is common, right? I mean, how often do we see these offlane towers knocked down that early, right?
You can't really make the move. Too scary. Ooh, hook shot. A little off the mark there. You're not able to connect. And a smoke now with GPK save. Bristle, he's under vision. They know about this. Immediately jumps. That's a big move, and the silence is there. FCR backs away. They manage to get the stun. Good hits. It's going to be enough. They bring him down once. BetBoom bringing all 5 heroes to contest and steal the Ancients. That was quite the commitment. Now, can they all get out? That's the other question. They're in very far. Analog chasing. They get the silence now onto the Dawnbreaker. KJ, they have meta. They're all fighting up on the high ground. They take down 3. They take the stacks. BetBoom can't even quite manage to get that kill on to save.
And what a ward, man. Just up on that pillar. Not often you see it that early, but it just did everything. Yeah, it's only got a minute left. This thing has done lots of work. All of that early movement, right? That's all from Toronto Tokyo.
Yeah.
When he went through, he didn't get the Wisdom Rune. Yeah, he died. But he scouted all these stacks. He got down some great vision, and that just kept paying in dividends way more than missing out on that 1 Wisdom Rune did. And speaking of more wards, he's trying to sneak another one in there right now.
Yeah, wants to shut down this Bristleback. It feels like they have done an excellent job, better than I've seen most teams do at being able to shut this guy down. So not a great start, still trying to get into that Aghanim Scepter, and they're going to continue to stack jungle, but they haven't taken out that ward.
It's been an awkward game for King RD because of that. Because he's felt like he's had to be in mid quite a bit to try and contest these runes. He hasn't had a lot of time for stacking. The stacking that he has done has been stolen, so he hasn't really gotten a lot of rewards that you're hoping for. He's also a Skywrath mage in a lane that doesn't necessarily have any real kill threat, you know? Like maybe a little bit at first, but Sky likes to be in those lanes with like, I don't know, like a CK, you know?
Right.
Like stun, pull back, lots of damage over and over. We bully some squishier heroes. They didn't find those opportunities here. But he hasn't lost yet.
No. Well, and to be honest, I think that there's still a very strong timing that's coming up for Vivo Keyd Stars, and they're going to see it right now. Skywrath and Clockwork are going together with the Ember. This should be a kill on anybody that they find.
They've also lost out on some of that vision. That was a little bit deeper, so they don't necessarily know where they are. I mean, you can see this scan that they used right now. Nobody there.
No.
So they have no real idea what's happening. That being said, with it being missed like that, you know, maybe Pure will be a little bit more cautious down here as he's stacking this bottom Ancients.
Over in that area, Vivo looking for anybody up on this high ground, which they're not going to find.
Flares here.
Can't quite
Oh, and the
connect.
flare gives them away.
Ooh, backing out.
Dire's bottom
BetBoom
tower
still
is
sitting
under
in the
attack.
middle.
Okay, good ward though,
Radiant's
right? They leave
middle
that behind.
tower is
Spot
under
some of that
attack.
smoke, I think.
Catches them right away. Still looking for an opening. King RD, the smoke will break. And yeah, you can see they just back out. BetBoom, we're only stepping over there to try and break a smoke. Playing it very safe. Maybe down bottom, over by the Dawnbreaker.
RD leads in a dangerous way.
Hogs, pushback, silence there. Not dropping the Mystic Flare,
Dire's middle
just
tower
forcing
is
back
under
the storm.
What goes
Now,
in?
the hook shot. Decides that he wants to party a little bit more. Onto Pure, control. Mystic Flare not going to do what they needed to there.
Oh, he remnants behind.
Log wants to find somebody. GPK, low on mana. Does he have any help? Yes.
I don't know.
He has a lot of help. He has a whole lot of help. Everybody's there. And now with the Dawnbreaker coming in, that should be enough to kill him off. No, Remnant away. But Pure was all over it with that hammer. Perfect placement.
I feel like he missed the memo that they'd already used hookshot as well as Mystic
Radiant's
Flare.
middle
You know what I
tower
mean?
is
under
There's not a
attack.
lot of benefits going in further after that.
They dropped everything. They did the Seeds of Serenity. They gave him a mango, chakra magic, everything for GPK.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Well,
attack.
and then of course one of the best things that can happen, your TB just shows up and hits a tower for you. Not a lot of carries doing that these days. What a deny! All right, KJ, let's go.
That was pretty sick. He's walled.
All right, morale's back.
Radiant's
As
bottom
FCR
tower
is under
attack.
wards again. It's still sitting at this 3K gold lead for BetBoom. And they haven't been able to just make their draft work. I mean, that is one of the problems, right? Is that it's very telegraphed, the moves that they want to make. And you can just sort of
Dire's
react
middle tower is
accordingly
under
as
attack.
BetBoom.
Dire's
Pure sitting
Oh,
with
yeah.
the blade mail and just cleaning up these stacks. They're getting so farmed.
Yeah, he's going to be closing into a pretty early deso, I would say, considering.
Log forced to Remnant away. And just like that, we're getting closer and closer to the Aghanim Scepter. Wanting to see some other type of a movement soon from them. Maelstrom for the Ember.
Jackpot.
BetBoom. I mean, again, you're sitting with this tree here, it's a couple points in living armor. There's no real hurry, but look at this move. They want to try and
Dire's
punish
middle
and
tower is
bully
under
this
attack.
Bristleback again. In numbers.
Radiant are
DR gets jumped on, no mana. They got right on top of him, stick charges, it's not going to be enough. This Bristle is going to go down. And these types of moves from BetBoom, it's devastating to the Bristleback.
Dire's
Only the
bottom
second
tower
kill they've
is
managed to get
under
here for
attack.
GPK in this game just because haven't found enough runes, really. But the vision, again, being the main reason why it's super easy for them. Very safe play. And they immediately just go back right to farming. And you're not looking for constant fights with these two.
This could be good, though. Blade Mail is going to do a lot to King RD, but they managed to bring him down.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
So a little bit of help going the way of Vivo Keyd Stars, and now Luna
Dire's
online.
bottom tower has
As that Yasha done is going in
Radiant's
for the
middle
shard
tower is
after.
under attack.
Yeah, this early Luna shard. Seeing a lot of
Dire's
Luna
bottom
players go
tower
for it.
is
Obviously,
under
you're not going to get it
attack.
from the Tormentor.
Right.
You're going to be the rich one. So if you want it, you're going to have to purchase it up. Unless you're going to wait really late.
I mean, he's been
Dire's
getting
bottom
pretty
tower is
freaking
under
farmed
attack.
here. Already with
Radiant's
that shard on
top
top
tower
of
is under
Manta.
attack.
Tier 1 tower taken and looking for more of a 420-minute mark. can they do?
Analog feeling very brave with Wand and Illusion Rune.
Radiant's
Is
top
going to be a
tower is
problem
under
here if they're
attack.
not careful on the side of BetBoom. He's really starting to ramp up that farm.
And he's got the shard done now too, which pretty cool obviously versus like Storm and Dawnbreaker, or like two of the bigger ones who just like get right on top of you, you know?
Ooh. Hookshot used.
Dire's
They're in no man's
turret
land now. They kill
has
off the
been
courier, but might still run into some issues. Nightfall right there. They jump in, kill off both of the supports almost instantaneously. BetBoom have had enough. They bring in numbers.
Just purchased up the Atos though, so maybe that'll give them an opportunity to actually bring down GPK. That'd be a great way for them to fire back here before he picks up that BKB, because you can imagine like BKB comes out, they go for an Aegis, and then there's a
Right.
BKB
Radiant's
Aegis
bottom
Storm
tower is
approaching
under
your tier
attack.
2s, and with a Terrorblade backing him up, this is one of the few lineups that might actually push these tier 2s a little bit earlier, as we've seen so many teams
Radiant's
delaying that
bottom tower
push.
has fallen.
Nightfall has just been swarming
Dire's
this map
top
though.
tower
Oh,
is
yeah.
under attack.
They're going to find for a moment the overgrowth, and the turn is very strong. He did not stand a chance. My goodness. That is what you get with the shard and the overgrowth. Wow.
Yep, first item shard. We're medallion, trash. No, we don't need that anymore. Spy shard, get aggressive. It is very reminiscent of all these like tree specter lineups that we've had, where they're
yeah.
just running around, setting up for easy shadow
Radiant's
steps.
bottom
Storm Spirit,
tower
you
is
know,
under
has a
attack.
similar bit of reach that you can try and provide some good options for, while also giving us some defensive capabilities there with the living armor. So it's a nice combo.
Jay sitting nearby with King RD, and we are seeing the reason why Ember has not been picked a ton by these other heroes. Now,
What's that?
he's actually right in vision. They see him here. Flare off to the side, and now they got him. So that will be an easy bring down. And Vivo Keyd Stars is going to try and take another tier 1 tower. How fast can their tempo move? If they go into
Radiant's
Roche
middle
right now,
tower
this is
is under
interesting.
attack.
I mean, 4
Dire's
points
top
Aura,
tower
4
is
points
under
Goo.
attack.
Can definitely do this, especially if they try and approach, like, there's no tree, right? He would be the one to be the most frightening one to set up
Dire's
on you.
structures are
But there's no
fortified.
ulti available anyway.
Dire's top
This is a
tower
great
is
steal,
under attack.
because Storm Spirit players, they love getting this. Now, the good news is that he's already building BKB, because the worst case is when you're going for this like offensive item, and then you're trying to depend on this Aegis to sort of give you that
Radiant's
next bit
middle
of
tower is
aggressive
under
potential.
attack.
So it's not a humongous loss for BetBoom, but it is something that Vivo definitely need right now.
Dire's
I think
top
if they
tower
give this
is under
Aegis up to BetBoom, the game's very, very hard.
Staying in this one, level 16.
Dire's top tower
Supposed to be
has
like
fallen.
highest in the game by a pretty good margin. Yeah, this is going to be interesting to watch.
It's all
Radiant's
together right now,
bottom
right? This
tower
is
is
kind of
under
it.
attack.
Like, they're going for this BKB timing next on the Luna, so Kospili just going to try and do his thing. See if he can stand tall in these fights. Nightfall also, though, almost into
Radiant's
the
middle tower
Scotty,
is
too.
under attack.
So a bit worrisome for a lot of these heroes, right? Mostly like the Luna and the Bristle.
Yes.
Dire
That
are
is going to be a
scanning.
problem. If Nightfall is just free to hit, BetBoom are going to win that fight more often than not. Feels like they're going to need to find an angle on him, either with KJ or getting in there with the Ember Spirit.
Part of the problem, too, is that you're probably going to try and do some sort of a group-up play, I assume, soon on Vivo Keyd Stars, trying to
Right.
take advantage of this Aegis, and you're doing that
Radiant's
versus
middle
Keeper of the
tower
Light
is
as well as
under attack.
Parablade.
Are
So
scanning.
lots of control of the lanes. So wherever you're trying to group up, the other two lanes probably are not going to be moving in your favor.
Yeah.
And then you also have to worry about if someone comes back
Blaze
defensively,
here.
some sort of a Storm Spirit, just immediate initiation and jump in that they don't really have to hard commit to.
It is really just mass BKBs right now. They just finished it on the Dawnbreaker. Obviously, Terrorblade not opting for that route, instead going for the Scotty, but they will smoke now on the side. BetBoom and Nightfall just able to
Dire's
sidestep
middle
that
tower
hook shot.
is
They
under
still have
attack.
vision there. Connecting, holding on to the Manta. That CR on his tail, turns Manta, metamorphosis, good damage out. King RD already gone, and yeah, they are blown into oblivion.
Man, GBK jumping in there with the Grove Bow, too. He tags a couple people
Buyback.
as the Illuminate comes through.
Are they really going for more here now? Analog shows up, starts throwing it out, but already dead. They didn't have a moment to do anything. GBK,
You committing?
Courier is deciding to fight.
Has been
Okay, he's in trouble, gonna start to fall, and they don't have that much left in the take at all. That was not the fight that Vivo Keyd Stars wanted to take, as BetBoom take full advantage.
It seems like they're feeling that they can't actually force an engagement with the like with this actual advantage that they have maybe. So they're like, okay, this is it. Like this is the one fight we're gonna get because we can't control the lanes enough to find something.
Right.
But yeah, that is not looking ideal, huh? Losing out on your advantage on the map. Lane's going to worse state. And almost feel you basically have just lost that Aegis window of like,
right.
Oh, this is our group up strength. Now that phase of the game just ended much faster than they anticipated.
Yeah, a fair one.
And now we're farming.
I mean, it does sort of feel like, okay, if they're able to throw everything out, then maybe that and take down the Bristle, you know, we're going to set up for a situation where we can take a good fight afterwards. But they didn't have to commit that much for him. Does not feel super strong right now on FCR. Still trying to get into that Bloodstone, but still, they do make the group up play together with no Metamorphosis available and are able to take the mid-tier 1 tower. See what they try and do next. Getting into that Manta or Analog.
Yeah, it needs a bit more survivability here. I mean, they have a really aggressive support duo in the Clockwork and the Skywrath Mage, who I would say probably didn't hit all the goals they were hoping for with this in the earlier parts of this game, where likely hoping to try and set up Analog for some earlier kills. But part of this duo is that you don't really have great save potential. Sure, sometimes you can get like a hook shot save maybe that can break up a fight, but generally you're trying to keep that for the offensive potential. So Analog gonna have to try and depend on this Manta style. And other than that, building into defensive items can really hurt an Emperor Spirit.
Dire's top tower.
You know, he's trying to juice up that damage there on the Sleight of Fist. He wants to get those bigger items later on, like the Aghanims. It's a hard line for him to balance.
Absolutely. And obviously, being, you know, lower on the net worth does not help either. If there's one sort of silver lining right now, it's that the difference in terms of net worth between the Luna and the Terrorblade isn't that horrific. There's still only about 1,000 gold separating the other cores from each other. But you'd love to be ahead right now on Vivo Stars. As Tire Wave is shoved out, likely gonna only look for these Clockwork pickoffs with Skywrath Mage. And for BetBoom, do they have to do all that much at this point?
No. I think they just farm. I think they're just chilling. I mean, they just keep pushing waves. It feels like the growth will, you know, line goes up in their favor. It feels like for the most part. They're just hanging out a little bit here. Although Nightfall, he's feeling like he could do a little bit of something. Shadowblade.
I mean, this has also been one of the things that they've talked about is overestimating your opponents. We'll see if BetBoom put themselves into a bad fight or if they just take a great fight. KJ is there. They have the BKB and an immediate blow up onto the Luna. TP out. KJ gets away. So that was a simple pick off for BetBoom. To that Bloodstone for the Bristle.
Yeah, the timing on that too. Right up towards this tier 2. They got Wave coming through, being guarded by Pure on the Dawnbreaker. They're gonna snag this Tormentor.
Easy peasy.
Dire's middle tower
Gonna get that one, so even more maneuverability around the map.
Very scary with a Storm Spirit, of course.
Right.
Are fortified.
Yeah, this is scary stuff. 6 to 15, getting everything that they want at this point. We'll try and push out both of the side lanes right now as the Deso's completed onto the Dawnbreaker.
Every meta is just a new objective.
Yeah.
Like next meta, it's probably going to be mid tier 2, right? The meta after that, it's probably going to be Roche. And then they're going to try and go high ground.
Is under attack.
That looks to be the plan here. Pure is attempting to take this Tormentor. Will he be another victim to the Tormentor? Let's see. Let's do some math here. So it's at about half and you're at about half, okay? So this is where the players are struggling. See, it's regenning and you're not.
Yeah.
All right.
This is
now Pure.
This is an interesting one.
Okay, there we go.
Shows up. They get there in time. GPK
Go teammates. Woo!
A little bit of help from his friends.
Okay, Storm just got that. That is crazy.
Yeah.
Second highest net worth on the team. Thank you, everybody buying their own.
Keyd Stars chasing through the jungle now, but well aware of what's going on.
Radiant are
BetBoom are not going to be caught quite so easily.
Inrun's running out, though.
Love to get something, but it's just not going to happen.
They're trying to force this with the Bloodstone on the Bristle, feeling like, hey, if there's any new spike that we're going to get, this is probably it. It's a lot of spikes, actually. They just keep on coming.
A lot of vision position here. Analog right up front and center, down to half HP with a Bloodstone heal.
Okay.
Pretty insane. GPK, Mystic Flare down. Even in the BKB, it did a lot, but not quite enough. And the overgrowth is huge. Nightfall just running in, doesn't even need Metamorphosis. Stabile is trying to get away and, well, turn to fight a little bit, but with Metamorphosis pop, he did not stand a chance. Everybody falls. BetBoom are way too strong.
Yeah. Oh, maybe he lives?
Looking, I mean,
Living.
woo!
Yeah. All right.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
That is a rough one.
The meta is still up, so your tier 2 is down, and I don't imagine he's going to
Radiant's
stop.
middle tower
No,
has fallen.
I think they are going to continue to go. There are no buybacks at this
Radiant's
point.
middle tower is
BetBoom
under
way
attack.
too strong at this stage of the game. 27 minutes in, just farming all for this push, and a tier
Radiant's
3
middle
tower going to
tower
go
has
down,
fallen.
as well as most likely the
Radiant's
first set
middle
of
barracks
racks.
are under attack.
I mean, you had Clockwork, Sky, Ember. You have 6 kills in 27 minutes. Things
Oh, yeah.
probably didn't go the way you were hoping, you know? It's not the game plan you were aspiring to.
Not even a little bit. They'll get the melee racks and give up after that. And heading on up towards where they know the next Roche will be. BetBoom in firm control of this one. 15,000 net worth lead. Yeah. They hit hard.
Time to get a little bit crazy, right? Gotta find these big plays. Almost have an Aghanim Scepter up on the Clockwork, so some coverage over the Roche Pit. Maybe KJ find something with the multiple flares once those are out. It does get purchased up now. Analog, get lucky with a good Manta maybe, you know?
Right.
Manage to escape something here. It's gonna take a big move. All right, 18K lead, just 100-0 the Storm Spirit, even game.
That's good. I like this. I mean, to be fair, even with the BKB out, like he took so much damage from that Mystic Flare. It's not to be underestimated the control and damage that Skywrath Mage can do in the
Dire's
fight,
middle
but
tower is under
kind of
attack.
need these BKBs charges to wear down lower and lower. Still at 7 seconds on Storm.
That will be helpful.
And it's off.
See if overclocking can get it done for them. No jetpack still though, and also no force staff or anything, so
Right.
hard to hit the ideal plays in this one here for KJ, but they're gonna have to try. It's a bit of a late Roche, still 50 seconds left. Group up.
They-
They have to apply the smoke to
Radiant's courier
FCR.
has been
He had a
killed.
great start to that fight, almost like
Yes.
the perfect position. Like back turned, multiple heroes, started doing some sweet damage, but no close.
Radiant
I mean,
are scanning.
this actually is another one of those moments where if they can take a good fight, the key is not just immediately all
Oh,
done.
they just smoked.
Yeah, that's it's a little bit unfortunate.
Incoming.
Starts
where
with a
where are
catch
they?
them.
The old wraparound.
The
that we
wraparound's
do.
coming.
Scanning.
Do they realize it? So Ember has a remnant right there in those trees. Comes back through. He'll break all their smokes.
Silverhead
Okay,
just
in
runs out.
position. Smoke breaks. They throw out the flare the wrong direction. Now they spot him right onto FCR as well. Hook shot not on the mark. As Roche is respawning, Pure in onto the Bristle. The damage already out. Nightfall is there. They don't have anything else left in the tank. They gotta back away. Keyd Stars cannot contest this Roche as everybody tries to TP out. Pure chasing.
Oh, they're gonna cut him off.
Yeah, finding him.
4 seconds
Looks
still.
delay.
BKB.
Trouble. Wanting to escape. Has BKB still.
Yeah, he's got wand overgrowth too.
Yeah, they're going to get him. Costa is going to fall, broken and killed. BetBoom, just no mercy.
Glorious.
Well, it is daytime now, so they're gonna have to make a bit of a migration here across the map at this point if they want to go for this Roche. Now, who just got X? Was that Storm? Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. That item is a closer. I'll tell you that much.
Oh, yeah.
When you're going high ground, Storm Eggs I feel like is one of the best ones in the game because it just lets you YOLO in there a little bit. You catch some heroes. It's just GG. You know, you catch 3 or 4 heroes in that thing. Little non-committal black hole. Exactly.
Now they're feeling it. Pretty good about themselves at this point in the game on the side of BetBoom as they will claim this Aegis, get a cheese too. Yeah, it has been Nightfall's game, that is for sure.
Your Shaman has
Everything
fallen
that he
to the
wants he
ground.
gets, including the Aegis apparently, even with the Storm in the game. So high ground likely to come out soon as they will
Dire's
pressure out
middle
each of
tower
these
is under
waves,
attack.
catching the mid one. Vivo Keyd Stars. I mean, you're just sort of hoping to get more items to get a good fight on your side, but really is not a whole lot that can do once this high ground push comes in. See how they decide to do it.
He plays we have here. We got no 4 staffs. Okay, no, that makes it a bit tough.
You know, 60-minute items.
Yeah, okay, Sunsfan. Perfect. They just get those.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but what if you did get 5 book of the day?
That'd be pretty
It's
sick.
like, what if?
Right. Well, they're trying to kill you. They're killing themselves. Shots to get away. Didn't quite connect, it looks like. Oh, analog. Trouble. Pulled back in. Sitting still right up front and center, and GPK is just going to let him go. Doesn't want to use that much more mana or have to pop the cheat. So, cutting waves, this is what you have to make the play for.
Might be moving down here, though. This looks kind of scary. Recall's coming out. They bring in GPK if he gets the right jump here.
Oh, run into one. They see him.
They might force the BKB.
Turn. Yeah, that's a problem.
Oh, now he's dead.
He's gone. Yeah. Just like that, they bring him down. And Bristle didn't even manage to grab that next creep wave either. A little unfortunate. Up on the high ground, Nightfall gonna start to lay into this.
Dire's
As
structures are fortified.
continue to try and spam these waves. They're even gonna clip it, connect now, bring
Radiant's
down the
bottom tower
Ember.
is under attack.
Oh man, they're giving them nothing at this point. BetBoom, they know how to close out a game.
I mean, Nightfall's casually just pushing up here with his Aegis. Not going to use the Metamorphosis quite yet. Just hold on to it.
Radiant's bottom tower
Your
has fallen.
steps up, still just
Radiant's
6
bottom
kills.
barracks are under attack.
For Vivo Keyd Stars, have not been able to get anything going for a while. They finish off the Silver Edge, but with no buyback, they still have 24 seconds until Luna's back up. Buyback now on the Ember, try and heal with the Bloodstone. Clockwork is already gone, and FCR gets jumped on by Pure. The right click's coming through, it's gonna be enough. Now they pull him back in. GPK in for the finish. And as Luna is gonna respawn, can only look on as other allies are already dead. BetBoom closing out the last set of wrecks, even buying mech on the tree.
Oh, just to make sure, you know.
As they chase the overgrowth there, Kostabila tries to do what he can. Nightfall right on top of him, does not appear to care about that Eclipse at all. Eyes on the prize, focusing down the heroes, focusing down the buildings. And with a 36,000 gold lead at 34 minutes, BetBoom, they are going to take the win in this one. GG is called.
All right, okay. So
Radiant's top barracks
things
has
didn't go
fallen.
according to plan there from Vivo Keyd Stars, of course, but I'll tell you, BetBoom, very comfortable in this game. I mean, these are some absolutely classic heroes for these players. Again, the GPK Storm,